The Australian economy is strong and is in good shape.
It feels a lifetime ago that the quarterly report card on the state of the economy seemed like a straightforward piece of good news for a treasurer to deliver. Since then, Australians have been on a roller coaster ride, not just on a wildly careering economy, but on political messaging too.
Less than 100 days ago, our nation was on the edge of an economic cliff.
The highest quarterly growth since 1976. Talk about a V-shaped recovery.
The Australian economy is roaring back.
And as a federal election has loomed ever closer, it's been a challenge for a government which wants to campaign for re-election on its economic record to find its line and length on its economic messaging too.
You can see that very strong V-shaped recovery, obviously now starting to deviate a little bit from that trajectory.
Today's news that the Australian economy had once again contracted in the September quarter wasn't a surprise, given lockdowns in our largest states, and most economists think things have already improved since then. But the numbers do once again put the government's economic management under scrutiny. It is, after all, the third largest contraction in our history, and the question remains about whether that could have been avoided, along with the protracted lockdowns in New South Wales, Victoria and the ACT, if the government had managed the vaccine program better.
Today's national accounts confirm the enormous economic cost of lockdowns.
This is a story of a mismanaged pandemic and a mismanaged economy. Of the 28 countries from the OECD which have reported their September quarter figures, Australia ranks dead last.
If we step away from the political noise, what's actually been going on? The economy had been tracking along at relatively low levels of growth for years before the pandemic. The massive crash came in the June quarter last year before a rebound, and now another dip. The dip mainly came about because of plunging household spending on the East Coast, but its effect was partly cushioned by increased spending in the public sector and a booming trade surplus. That's given economists reason to be optimistic that, with lockdowns lifted, the economy is bouncing back even stronger as the year ends.
The big question now is about business investment, and we know that the things that stimulate business investment is certainty, and certainty about Australia's economic conditions into the future, and also access to skills. We know from businesses that that's really what will make the difference between having some of their projects go ahead versus slowing down on them.
Business confidence has been buffeted badly by 2 years of pandemic. Whether it can recover amid new COVID strains and with the uncertainties of a looming federal election will be the big question answered over the next few months. And, in turn, that will have big ramifications for the way voters perceive the government on polling day.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.